never, ever in a million years that I think I would be making a video about Tuberose fragrances, let alone Tuberose fragrances that I happen to like. Go figure that. What's up, y'all, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda Marie. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching another video with me. If you're already a part of the Amanda Marie family, then what's up? Welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back by and watching another one of my perfume videos. Okay, so if you're new here, you don't know anything about me, you don't know where I've been, where I come from, none of that, okay? Mostly what I talk about over here on my channel is fragrances. I love to smell good. Smelling good is my thing, yes. So as you guys read in the title, which I cannot even believe in myself, make it make sense, like I'm actually going to dedicate a video to some of my favorite Tuberose fragrances. I will tell you guys why. Tuberose is not my favorite note in a fragrance, okay? Even though it has the name rose in it, Tuberose, it doesn't look like a rose and it doesn't smell like a rose. I will pop a picture up somewhere up here of what a Tuberose flower looks like. This note is also very hard for me to describe. I will try my best to describe to you guys what Tuberose smells like to me, okay? And I have struggled with Tuberose for a while because here's the thing, Tuberose comes off very vintagey to me. I don't want to use the word old lady smell because y'all get offended, even though I consider myself to be an older, mature woman. I'm not a spring chicken, okay? I'm not a young girl. You know, I've been around the block a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't want you guys to get offended when I use the word old lady smell. When you're reviewing fragrances on YouTube, first off, it's very hard to do that, okay? It's hard to describe to an audience what a fragrance smells like. So I probably would choose words that are not very pleasing to you guys, so you're gonna be mad. But yes, Tuberose comes off very strong. It's very fragrant. It's very vintage, okay? Tuberose is added to a fragrance to me that is the most heady. Yes, it's very heady, okay? I'm very picky about which fragrances that I buy that has a Tuberose note in them, okay? Now that I've said all that, let's get into the video. If you want to see a few of my favorite Tuberose fragrances, then keep watching this video. I want to start off with one that I've had in my collection for the longest. And it wasn't until I started reviewing fragrances on my channel that I noticed that this fragrance has Tuberose in it. I personally don't detect any Tuberose in this fragrance whatsoever. Maybe like a slight hint of Tuberose, but there are other fragrances on this table that the Tuberose is very amplified in the fragrance. Like, there's no denying it. You get Tuberose. Chileeee's Good Girl Gone Bad. I only have the travel size, but I fell in love with this fragrance years ago. This fragrance is so pretty to me. Chileeee snuck it in on me. He snuck that Tuberose in on me because, honey, when I tell you I cannot smell the Tuberose in this fragrance at all. I was very much surprised when I saw that there was Tuberose in this fragrance. This is a very seductive fragrance to me, you guys. This fragrance to me smells like opulence. It smells beautiful. It has a very come hither type of vibe to it. It definitely draws you in and makes you want to keep smelling. The fragrance is just very, very beautiful. It does have a slight little sparkleness to it, or maybe like a little pop maybe in the initial spray, but once it dries down to something very powdery. I don't even want to spray it because it's expensive, but it dries down to something powdery. Tuberose is in the middle of this fragrance, and it is an Indian Tuberose. In the base you get amber, cedar, In the top, you get osmanthus. I kind of went backwards with this fragrance, but again, we're talking about tuberose notes, okay? And I don't know, maybe because it's an Indian tuberose, I cannot distinctly tell you the differences in tuberose, but I know a tuberose note. When I smell it, I can say, that's tuberose, because I can pick tuberose up no matter what, because it has a very distinctive smell, you know. It has a very distinctive smell to it. So keeping up with the house of Chileeee, I have another one. This is actually a new one that I added to my collection, and this is Rolling in Love by Chileeee. I am so in love with this bottle, you guys. Oh my God, I hope it focuses. Unlike the Good Girl Gone Bad, the tuberose in this fragrance is actually in the base. The tuberose and the Good Girl was in the middle. So it wasn't necessarily a tuberose that was gonna stick with me all day. This is different. This tuberose sticks with me all day, okay? Very unique smell. If you guys follow me on Instagram, y'all know I kind of talked about this fragrance because it had been on, oh Lord, it's expensive. It's spraying in the air. Spray it on the card. It had been on my fragrance wish list for a while, okay? I am pretty much infatuated with the house of Chileeee. Chileeee just does no wrong to me, but this one is very different. When I tell you, I literally have grown to love this fragrance, or should I say this fragrance has grown on me. One thing I do love about it is the tuberose is not the star of this fragrance. The star of this fragrance is the almond milk and the amberette and the iris, okay? The iris comes off very like lipsticky in this fragrance. This fragrance totally reminds me of lipstick. This is a very sensual fragrance. From my understanding, he was trying to capture love in this fragrance. But to me, it comes off more sensual, and I guess love can be very sensual. This is a very sexy, sensual fragrance. Like, this fragrance is one that you, when you first smell it and you're like, but then you just keep going back to it. Like, that's what it did for me. Like, I kept going back to it. And I do love the tuberose in this fragrance, and I'll tell you why. Partly because I can't smell it, okay? That is why. And it's very soft. Number two, it's a very soft, gentle tuberose. It's not piercing, it's not in your face, it's not overwhelming. It's not like that at all. And so I can enjoy this fragrance, you know, I can tolerate the tuberose in it. It doesn't bother me. Okay, so next one on the lineup is My Way by Giorgio Armani. Okay, now you guys, this is a true tuberose fragrance, okay? True to the nature of tuberose. You cannot deny the tuberose in this fragrance. At initial spray, you get tuberose all the way through a good dry down. You get tuberose. But I have to say, this fragrance is really nice. Now, what I like about this fragrance, the tuberose does not bother me in this fragrance, because this fragrance it doesn't come off, the tuberose doesn't come off piercing. It doesn't come off vintagey at all. It comes off very much like sweet, not overly sweet, but it is sweet, and it has a sparkling, it has a fizz, a razzle dazzle, a pop, you know what I'm saying, in this fragrance that I love. Like, I'm just like, wow, because the tuberose is undeniable. The tuberose is undeniable in this fragrance, but it smells like something updated, you know. It smells like something new, that new tuberose. You know how they were making fragrances back then is not necessarily how they're making them now. So this is, I would say, this is a new face. This is the new face of tuberose, which I like, because it's modern day tuberose. It's like 2021 tuberose, okay? Millennial tuberose. This is what this tuberose is, and that's why I like it. Again, it does come off sweet, but not too sweet, but you do get a little bit of sweetness with this tuberose, and it's not bubblegummy to me. It's definitely tuberose, but not that bubblegummy tuberose. Okay, so this is interesting. In the top, you get orange blossom, which I can smell it, but it's not, it doesn't take over the fragrance. Orange blossom can be very bold, just like tuberose, but definitely the tuberose is the star in this fragrance. Also in the top, you get bergamot. In the middle, you get tuberose, you get Indian jasmine. In the base, you get musk, I said vanilla, Madagascar vanilla, and Virginian cedar in the base, okay? So that vanilla actually makes this tuberose very, like a, not, I don't want to say very, but it makes it sweet. It gives it a very sweet, fragrant smell, okay? This is My Way by Giorgio Armani. Okay, so the next one is one that I would have never went for. I would have never went for it. I did see it in TJ Maxx one time, but this one I bought out of Sephora. People are actually digging this fragrance right now, and this is Twilly by Hermes. Now in this fragrance, the tuberose is true to its nature. Bold, heady, florally, but what gives this fragrance a spin is the sandalwood and the ginger. Now, and this is a very soapy tuberose, and I feel like that's why I'm so attracted to it, because I love a good soapy smell. And I love the way that the sandalwood is mixed in with the fragrance. The sandalwood, I want to say there's, it's fresh, it's vibrant, it's not giving me that vintagey tuberose smell. It smells very fresh. It smells like Irish Spring, like I just got out of the shower and I'm smelling fresh. I'm smelling good. Like in the top, you get the ginger, the bitter orange, bergamot, the tuberose is in the middle, and along with a little bit of orange blossom and jasmine. The orange blossom is not overpowering the tuberose though, and like I said, in the base you get sandalwood and vanilla. The sandalwood and the vanilla, the tuberose and the ginger is what does it for me with this fragrance. Ooh. L'Entrée Intense by Givenchy. I've talked about this fragrance before, and if you want to smell a bubblegum tuberose, this is what you need to get. Oh my god. Oh, this fragrance just, it just uplifts me every time I smell it. I'm just, oh, this is my favorite. I would have to say, oh, okay, I can't say the fragrances on this table that this is my favorite tuberose smell, but I would have to say it comes in number 2 behind Good Girl Gone Bad. This is my favorite tuberose smell, okay? There is, of course, tuberose in here. There's sesame. There is vanilla in the base. I want to say there is maybe some sandalwood in the base. I keep saying sandalwood, but I'm not for sure that it's sandalwood. Let's see. And the notes in this fragrance include black pepper in the top, tuberose, sesame seed or sesame, orange blossom, Madagascar vanilla in the base, along with patchouli and vetiver. And you would think that the patchouli and the vetiver would be very overpowering in this fragrance, but it's really not. Because y'all know patchouli can be very strong, very loud. Also, vetiver can come off very earthy, like dirt. And I'm just surprised at how pretty this fragrance smells with those notes in it. And I get a little bit of the orange blossom. I do smell it, it is there, but the star of this fragrance is the tuberose, in my opinion, the vanilla and the sesame. The sesame gives it something different, something kind of nutty, but not quite, okay? Just like the almond milk in here in the dry down, gives this fragrance something very, very nutty, okay, in the dry down. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but it does. But this one, you guys, this one is amazing. I cannot talk about this fragrance enough. It is beautiful, okay? This fragrance is beautiful. I could not pick up the tuberose in this fragrance. I could not, okay, at all. And then I researched it. And then once I saw the note, I got it. I said, oh yeah, this is tuberose for sure. But this has to be one of the sexiest tuberose fragrances I've smelled. Just in case you're wondering, I haven't said the name yet, but it is, let me see that. I want to say, I was about to say Mighty Python, but it is Wild Python by Mantel. Or is it Mancera? I think it's Mancera, but this says Mantel on it. Wild Python, anyway, that's the name of the fragrance. It definitely reminds me of the tuberose in this fragrance. But y'all, this fragrance is really, really nice. This has to be by far one of the sexiest tuberose fragrances I've smelled. I mean, where you can actually pick up the tuberose, you smell it, it's there, it doesn't bother me. It is just one of the sexiest tuberoses I've ever smelled. I'm gonna spray a little bit on my hand. Spraying it on the card doesn't do it any justice whatsoever. You gotta get this on your skin, okay? Wow, it's definitely soapy. It is just good. It is just sexy. I can see this thing like performing so well in the cooler months. Even right now, I mean, it's, you know, tuberose is like a white floral. It's a very florally fragrance, which I think is very appropriate for this time of the year. But I still think it could just carry straight through to fall, winter, because it's just that beast of a fragrance. It definitely exudes confidence. It exudes sexiness, like it's very mysterious. It is just a good tuberose, a really good tuberose. It does give me make me a little heady, kind of like a little headache inducing, but when it dries out, and look at that oil on my skin. Like when it dries down, it just dries down so nice. I was really, really surprised when I saw that there's tuberose in this fragrance when I first sprayed it, and I was like, ain't no way. But yeah, the tuberose is very distinctive. Like, you know it straight out. First whiff is tuberose, there's no way around it, but it is very unique, very sexy, very different. I feel like it's kind of like me, you know, mysterious, you know what I'm saying? It just says so much. I just love this one. So if I'm going back and forth if I should buy me a full-size bottle, because like I said, I have to be honest with myself, I'm not the biggest fan of tuberose. So this decant, this is like a 10 ml, I think. So, you know, I think I'm gonna play it by ear. If I run through this decant, you know, faster than what I think, then yeah, I will definitely go for a bigger, the full-size bottle. I'll definitely get the full-size bottle. So yeah, tuberose is starting to grow on me. Like I said, it has to be some elements to the tuberose, okay? It has to be sexy, it has to be barely there sometimes, it has to be sweet, okay, or unique. That's the thing with fragrances. You have to explore them in your own way. There's so many fragrances out there, and like I said, you'll be surprised. You will find a tuberose fragrance that you actually love. And I mean, I'm witness to that because I have several here that I've absolutely fallen in love with. So I can't necessarily say that I don't like the smell of tuberose. It just has to be the right tuberose for me, okay? Comment down below if you guys have any of these fragrances, okay? Tell me your favorite tuberose fragrance. What do you have in your collection that you love that I should try out? Maybe I'll like it too. Also, if you watch this whole video, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know that you enjoyed the video. Let me know you enjoy my content. That way, you know, I can get more creative. I can bring you guys more videos like this where I'm kind of talking about single notes and things like that. So if you are new to fragrances, maybe you are wanting to start a fragrance collection, maybe you have one, you want to update it or whatever, I would love if you would consider joining the Amanda Marie family. I was just about to say my old name. I would love if you join the Amanda Marie family. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button, hit the gray bell, that way you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Thank you guys so much for your love and support for my channel. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys are having a blessed day, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah.